Good day, subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me today. As you know, I am Jeremy, and this is the Financial Education Channel. And today we're doing my favorite segment of the whole entire month, because today is the first day of the month, and we're talking about 3 stocks I'm buying now. 3 stocks I believe in the most at the moment. First, let's go ahead and recap the 3 stocks I talked about I was buying last month. It was GoPro, it was Wynn, and it was RH, Restoration Hardware. Now let's recap the performance on those. GoPro was up substantially during the month of August. Wynn was down a little bit in the month of August. RH was up a decent amount in the month of August. So 2 of the 3 had really good months. Wynn did all right, but it did go down. So let's go ahead and talk about what transpired in their businesses over the past month. With GoPro, they reported better than expected earnings, and that just kind of carried through the month. With Wynn, the weakness was shown. I don't know why. There's really no reason their stock should have gone down. Their resort opened up and things. Not sure why the stock ended up down in the month. There's really nothing to point at to say why it was down. Restoration Hardware, nothing to point why it was up, but Restoration Hardware just had a well-performing month. I believe it was up well over 10% during the month of August, so that was a great return. Not as big as GoPro, but still a good return. So, what are the 3 stocks I'm buying now? What are the 3 stocks I believe in the most over the next 6 months or whatever? The same stocks, GoPro, Wynn, and Restoration Hardware. I'm sticking with those, and I think the returns are going to be insane over the next course of time. Let's talk about the one I believe in the most, and that's GoPro. GoPro, we are now within 30 days of them launching the Karma drone, an entire new product category for them. Entire new product category. It's like when I like to say it's like when Apple launched the iPad. It was a whole new product category that they had never launched before, and there's so much potential for it. So we got Karma drone coming out. The video for that's actually supposed to come out the 19th, and when it's supposed to be showing off all the features and whatnot, September 19th. So we're within 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks of the Karma drone coming out. And then you got GoPro Hero 5, which is their flagship product. And that is supposed to be far better than anything that's come before it. I've looked at the specs that are supposed to be coming out on it, and they look substantial. It looks like a great product that I see a massive amount of people buying and a lot of people upgrading to that have GoPros, like myself. And I see a lot of people buying that product that have never even owned a GoPro before, because it's going to be far easier. They're going to have cloud capabilities for it, so you can upload everything so much easier than the old school, pull out the memory card, put it in this thing, put it in your computer, import it, blah, blah, blah. This is supposed to just be like, it connects over the Wi-Fi, and then the photos just go into the GoPro cloud, and that is going to be awesome. That if it's anything close to as easy as, say, the smartphone makers make it, where, you take a picture and then it's just boom, as soon as it's on Wi-Fi, it connects to the cloud. That's huge in my opinion. That alone is going to be a huge thing. And then you look at better camera, better for video, better for pictures. You look at ease of use is supposed to be better. They're talking about waterproof, where it doesn't even have to be in the case to be waterproof. These are huge, huge things that I see just really branching GoPro out into a whole new space. Now, Wynn Resorts just opened up their flagship new resort called Wynn Palace in Macau. It's been open a little less than a month, actually a little more than a week, not even a month, a little more than a week, about a week and a half it's been open. No official numbers have come out of this yet. In my opinion, it's gonna be a substantial new amount of revenue and profits coming into Wynn because of this property. I can see EBITDA being close to double next year what it was this year. Because of that property, it's going to be that huge. Steve Wynn has a track record of success. He's never failed. Never, ever failed. He's just broken records and broken records and broken records. And this is going to be by far bigger than anything out there, because we're talking about Macau. by far the biggest gaming hub in the history of the world. We're talking about over double the amount of rooms they currently have. They had about 1,000 rooms in Macau. This property alone, 1,700, and they're all suites. All suites. Unbelievable. And the amount of money he spent on this property is insane. If you're playing in Macau, you're going to play at the Wynn Palace. You're not going to some other place. If you're a big player, if you're a millionaire, you're going to Wynn Palace. That's the bottom line. You're not going somewhere else to go gamble or go spend money on food and entertainment and all those kinds of things. You're going to Wynn Palace. So this is going to be huge for Wynn. And then on top of that, the numbers just came out for the month of July for Vegas. Vegas had baccarat revenue up 41%. And who's the king of baccarat? Wynn. Wynn Resorts is the king of baccarat. They do more business in baccarat than probably all the other guys combined. 41% up. That's huge for Wynn Resorts. Gaming revenue in total was up 17%. But it was led by the 41% in baccarat, which is Wynn's main game. That's their main game. That's their cash cow. So that is just huge. So between GoPro and Wynn, those are the ones I extremely believe in. RH, Restoration Hardware, I don't have a ton to talk about that. I think it's a good name. I think it's the third fiddle. I believe in GoPro the most, Wynn second most, and those two are far above RH. But RH I also believe in because I believe there's a rebound in the high-end housing market, which Restoration Hardware, if you guys aren't familiar with that, it's a retailer that deals strictly to, I would say, the top 1% or at least the top 10% of this country, where their furniture is insanely expensive, insanely nice, only the finest fabrics, all those types of things. We're talking about couches for $10,000 plus. $10,000 plus. So this isn't just, your everyday Joe Schmo type furniture. This is the highest of the highest end. So these are only pretty much going into $1 million plus homes. And I've seen the high-end housing market show some signs of life and coming back. Last year was a really hard year in high-end housing. And that's why Restoration Hardware stock went from over $100 to around $30 a share. Because high-end housing last year was just tough. The stock market was going down. There was a lot of talk about recession maybe in the US. China slowing down. There was so much negativity that high-end housing got really weak last year. And I see that bouncing back because the stock market's bounced back. Those fears of, is the US going to go into recession? Those have alleviated. China's slowdown, that talk's gone away. So all those kind of feed into the high-end housing coming back and people investing in high-end housing or just buying new high-end housing, a second, a third home and those kinds of things because they're not as scared that their money's going to disappear in the stock market or other things. So RH, I do like that name a lot. But GoPro and Wynn are the big ones. We shall see how they perform. It's a big next month or two for those names. GoPro with the product launches, how do they do? How do they come out and whatnot? And then Wynn with how big is Wynn Palace going to be as far as new revenue and new profits coming in? I think the market share Wynn is going to take away from Las Vegas Sands and MGM and Melco and a lot of those other operators over there. It's going to be substantial. Wynn's just kind of getting into that race in the Cotai Strip, and I'm telling you, they are going to take massive market share away from those guys. And, even if they just take a 1% from this guy and 1% and 2% from this guy, that is substantial in the profitability line for Wynn. So we shall see how everything plays out over the next month. Let me know in the comments section if you like this series and you like the way things are going and whatnot. And also let me know if you're an investor and if you believe in these names. Maybe you don't believe in them at all. Maybe you're a short seller on them. Maybe you're just like negative, but let me know why. Sometimes I get comments that say, oh no, I don't like that, or whatever. I would love to know why. I don't mind debating it. I don't get offended if you think these are the worst companies ever to invest in and you never touch them. But let me know the reasons why, because that's what I really want to know. Why do you not believe in them? Or if you do believe in them and you're long these type of names, you believe in them, you're invested in them, let me know why you think. Is it the same exact reasons I just said? Or is it other reasons maybe I didn't even talk about in this video? I would love to know. And if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed, you may want to. I talk a ton about personal finance on this channel. I talk a lot about stock market, investments, these kinds of things, like a video we did today. And I talk about entrepreneurship, talk about being in business. All three of these things, I believe, are one world, and they all come together. That's why I talk about them on this channel, and it's what I'm passionate about. So anyways, thank you so much for joining me, guys. And until next month, when I do the October 3 stocks I'm buying video, goodbye and have a great day.